Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be learning about the role and functions of the parliamentary committees. First of all, why do we need parliamentary committees? They aid and assist the legislature because the legislature is really overburdened these days. So they cannot look into each and every matter in detail. So they require the help of the committees so that they can better examine any issue at hand. Then there is a vigilance of legislature over the executive. Now, the executive, which is the ministers, the government, which is as we understand, the government also needs some expert committee which can take note of their business. Otherwise, there will be no vigilance of the legislature over the executive. Although the influence is not direct control, but it is more of an advisory nature. So we'll be getting further into detail about committees. Okay, like is clear from the previous segment, it's actually a link between the parliament, the executive, and also the general public. Now, it might be very easy for you to understand how it is a link between the parliament and the executive, but where does the general public come in? In most of the committees, there is a direct or indirect involvement of the general public. So they receive memoranda containing suggestions. Also, on the spot studies are conducted where they go to the field and actually find out the reality by talking to people and by studying the actual conditions on the ground. And also oral evidence is taken. So in all of these, the general public becomes more involved in the process of governance, which is why the committee system is very important. Now, these are certain, salient features of a committee. First of all, the House has confidence in the committee because it is formed from the members of the House itself. So the House trusts the judgment of the committee generally. It is considered to have an expertise on a matter because they go into a lot of detail on any matter. Also, the deliberations are at length. Like in the government or in the parliament as such, the deliberations are many times very hasty because they are very hard pressed for time. But in the committees, you can go into sufficient detail. And actually, the most important point in the favor of committee system is that there's a very calm atmosphere. Now, especially after the onset of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha television, the general perception of experts has been that because the general public is watching the lawmakers, the atmosphere of the house sometimes tends to become very, very heated. So a general calm discussion generally becomes not that possible. But in a committee, because there's a very calm atmosphere, there's just some people sitting and discussing the issue, they can actually come at a very fruitful discussion and conclusion. So now we look at the categorization of committees. Committees are of two kinds, ad hoc and standing. Now, ad hoc committees are ones which are formed when there is a particular need for them, and then after that they are dissolved. Within ad hoc, you can have a committee for inquiry into a particular issue and also advisory. Before going into ad hoc, I'll tell you about the standing committees. Permanent. Okay, why I say permanent is actually they are not exactly permanent because they are re-elected every year or after a certain specified period of time. But the committee's life as such is permanent. So the members change. They are re-elected every 1 year or every whatever some period of time. But the committee itself is actually permanent. Now, in terms of standing committees, these are the 6 categorizations of the committees. First, you can just pause the video here and look at each of them. You have financial committees. That is Public Accounts Committee, Estimates Committee, and Committee on Public Undertaking. Committees to inquire into certain things, which is Committee on Petitions, Committee on Privileges and Ethics Committee, and committees to scrutinize and control, that is Government Assurances, Committee on Subordinate Legislation, Committee on Papers laid on the table, Welfare of SCs and STs, and Empowerment of Women. Then the committees which look into the day-to-day business of the House, that is Business Advisory Committee, Private Members Bill and Resolutions, Rules Committee, and Absence of Members, the committee which looks into the absence of members from the sittings of the House. Then the housekeeping committees, which are general purpose committees, House Committee, Library Committee, etc. And then there's something called the department related standing committees. So we'll be looking at some of these and the more important ones into detail.